Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wind, Reel, and Print. My name is Ryan, and today I'm joined by... I was thinking as I was trying to come up with my intro for you, I'm like, oldest friend? I think you might be. I think you've won out.
You got any other friends from 8th grade?
From 8th grade? No way.
Then yes.
I mean, to land and to glue at 8th grade, that's a powerful...
That was powerful. I think I started out with
touch.
saying, you're in band too, right? I think that was the first thing I said to you.
Something like that,
yes.
Yeah. And then you got quickly kicked out. I don't think you lasted that long from jazz band, at least.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. The teacher really didn't like me. In her defense, I was a tough kid to deal with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was quickly dismissed from jazz band.
Which is fine. It lasted out. We ended up doing band in high school as well. So yeah.
And we still do band. So that's
of course,
great. Of course,
right?
We still have band practices.
All right. I just want to let the audience know I am not in a band. I know it could seem like, what instrument does Ryan play? All of this. No, I have no skills. I can play a kazoo, and that's obviously
like a madman. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I have pictures to prove it.
Yes, you were around for the Halloween episode, so the audience already kind of has, I think, if I remember correctly, some backstory to our group of friends. But I want to say to the audience, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
And happy holidays and all those things. This episode's coming out, I guess, like 6 days before Christmas, so it's coming up.
It is.
It's very cold here. You know, can you tell for the video watchers?
Oh yeah, I can see your breath.
Yes. Oh, don't say that, because then I got to add it in post, and that's going to be really tough. Take it back. Take two. Take two. One more time.
The heater's on.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, man. I told my wife, I was like, please God, don't turn the heater on while I'm recording this episode, or I will die. It would be a nightmare.
Man. Yeah, I have a very thin jacket and this jersey on, and I'm already too hot.
Yes,
I am already too hot.
This is wrong. We're California born and bred.
Oh man.
So, and Southern California born and bred. So we're not really made for the ice temperatures.
Absolutely not. My wife complains when it's under 69 degrees.
Yes.
Which is a crazy thought.
Yeah, it is crazy, because your family's speaking of the movie we're going to talk about, from the Midwest, your mom is.
Yeah, very close to.
So you should have it in your blood to handle the cold.
No, that's not a genetic thing. I will say I did not get that passed down. I will say a fun factoid: my uncle, who still lives in Minnesota, will come down and visit every once in a while, typically in the winter. And whereas we're bundled up, kind of like you are now, he's out there in sandals and shorts, like it's nothing, dude. He is loving life. He could be in Hawaii and it'd feel the same to him. It's just absolutely crazy. I think he would probably die in Hawaii. I don't necessarily know how bearing the cold transfers to bearing.
Yeah, how does that work? Yeah, they're called snowbirds. I don't know if you've heard that term before, but basically, like, people who live in like the Midwest and go to like Arizona, for example, during the winters and things.
Of course,
the older folks. Yeah, they're called snowbirds.
Migrating over to Arizona to escape the cold. I have been to Minnesota in the dead of winter, and oh my gosh, it's
nightmare.
Insane. No. Yes, it is. I was like, no, this was real life. This was not a nightmare. It was
a nightmare. I see what you mean. Yes.
No, it is. It is. It is so cold. They had so much snow. It was wild. And he said that it was a light winter. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine what a heavy winter would have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy. I don't know how they bear it, but I could not. I couldn't, and to jump into the movie, you got Cousin Eddie out on the sidewalk in a robe. I would be freezing my little cojones off like no one else. It's insane.
Yeah, that's not going to work. So
no.
Thank you for teeing it up. Today we're going to talk about Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the third in the vacation saga.
Yeah.
Starring Chevy Chase and a number of other figures, but a Chevy Chase vehicle nonetheless. I had kind of thrown out at you some ideas for the holidays, because I was like, we got to get a Christmas episode up. There's so many different Christmas movies. I sent a list, and you latched on to Christmas Vacation. I'm curious what it is what's it about that movie that made you want to talk about it today?
Yeah. Well, growing up, my parents, and it might have been because of my family's background coming from the Midwest, but
Yeah.
we watched that movie just about every Christmas. They loved it. I too ended up loving it.
Yeah.
Loved comedies, loved Chevy Chase.
Love
Um,
comedies. Whoa,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
controversial. That's a
yeah.
controversial statement. I
It
love
is.
comedies.
I love comedies,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
And
yeah.
but it just, because my family loved it so much, I in turn loved it as well. And now it's kind of a very nostalgic movie to watch. And I
Nice.
will also have my kids watch this movie. Hopefully, and it's an interesting thought nowadays. When I was a kid, I would watch old movies that maybe were popular when my parents were my age, and I'd think these are so old, and some of them even in black and white. We would watch I Love Lucy, and I'm like, how could anyone? This is, I mean,
Yeah,
there are some comical moments in there, but
sure.
just being spoiled with new age film, it ruined
Yeah.
me to like those, and so I fear that happening with my kids when I show them this movie, but they'll have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. And it will happen. And once again, they have no choice.
Yeah, they are going to
That's
watch it
just the way
whether
it
they
is.
like it or not, and I'll
Yeah,
be
too
busting
bad.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just life.
I never watched this movie growing up.
Oh,
So I don't know why it just never hit. I don't think there was ever like a growing up. I don't think my family had like a Christmas movie. I think nowadays, I think it kind of all happened. I went to college, and my sister, who's 9 years younger than me, almost 10, I think they started watching Christmas movies when I left.
oh,
Because now there's like Jingle All the Way, I think, for example. There's like a
oh
number of
yeah.
movies like during Christmas time when we're all together, like they're like, oh yeah, throw this on. And I start watching those. I'm just like, I want to off myself.
Some of
I'm
them.
just like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
some of them are just like really, really crazy bad. But this one's never come up, and I'm like, we got to bring this in the rotation. I watched it, and the first, I will say, I ended up watching all four movies. Like this was a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time I ever watched Christmas Vacation. And I think I really liked European Vacation the most. If I was like
Oh,
rating all of them, I don't know
yeah.
why it's been so long. And I was at first like really bothered by the fact that, have you seen the other ones at all?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah,
A fun fact before you get into it,
yeah.
my parents, excuse me, my parents didn't let us watch. They loved the vacation movies, loved Chevy Chase.
Oh, but
Didn't let
the
us
other
watch
ones are a
European
little,
Vacation.
yeah.
The other ones are more family friendly than European Vacation is, and so
Mm,
that one I've seen maybe once or twice. I've seen the
yeah,
others more
many,
times than I could
many.
count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, they are more child friendly, some of these ones, especially Christmas Vacation.
Oh, for sure.
Who it's written by and based on John Hughes' short
Yes.
story. And for those that don't know who John Hughes is, directed such films as 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Oh
Planes,
wow.
Trains, and Automobiles, Pretty in Pink, and Home Alone. So
What?
you can tell just this movie especially has that sentimentality that I feel like his movies are injected with.
Yes.
And he was kind of known for being, that good. And the plan was for Chris Columbus. Oh, he wrote Home Alone. But the plan was for Chris Columbus, who directed Home Alone, to direct this movie. And Chris Columbus is famous for a number of different things. He did Adventures in Babysitting, the Home Alone movies. There's a number. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, phenomenal.
Also, it was like great combo. But Chris Columbus, I get Chevy Chase was and is kind of known for being a very difficult actor, and I guess there was like a personality
Oh,
differences. This is all just from the Wikipedia.
yeah.
That it didn't work out, but so you've got someone that I didn't really know when I was looking up, Jeremiah S. Chechik, who would do Benny and June,
Never heard of it. No.
Diabolic.
Nope.
He directed The Avengers,
Which one?
the 1998 satirical spy action comedy film. So not
You
not
had
the
me.
Marvel Avengers. I know.
Oh, how interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting guy kind of coming into to kind of fill in this role, but a really excellently written story that has like all
Yeah,
of these
definitely.
almost kind of vignettes through it. Like it's got all of these like little scenes that kind of
Mm-hmm.
not all of them play into, like, obviously Chevy Chase's character is kind of going through, but some just kind of like stand on their own. You've got kind of the little side characters where Julia Louis-Dreyfus in one of her earliest roles, um, the
The
actress who
daughter.
plays Elaine. No. The actress who plays Elaine in Seinfeld
Oh,
is
yes.
yes,
Yes. Was
yeah.
this prior to her role in Seinfeld
Oh
or
yeah, oh
after?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Really? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's prior to her role in Seinfeld, but after her role in the first Troll movie. So a
Oh,
very short amount of time, but she
oh,
was
what a
just getting
great.
started in the at least movie game. I'm not sure
Oh,
like her entire
interesting.
acting history, but it's always, yeah, it's a very interesting little thing.
Yeah,
Um, but
but an
yeah, no,
interesting.
yeah,
I was going to say
um,
call back to our last, you and I's last
it, I know,
podcast. Yeah, how funny.
yeah, yeah.
I never watched Seinfeld, so I at first watching this, she
Oh,
was just a regular character to me. She didn't even stick
yeah,
out by any means. So only until later on, I had seen several clips from Seinfeld
sure. Wow, that's
that I
so
then
funny.
made the relation.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, so what are your most memorable moments from this movie that really have stuck out to you for all time?
oh gosh. Well, those who may be watching and know my brother, this is a line that will forever be ingrained in my brain because of him.
Mm,
There's a moment, and for those who haven't seen it, there's a moment where Chevy Chase has put up 25,000 Italian imported twinkle lights onto his house, and he,
yes.
for the life of him, cannot get them to turn on. And he finally, and he drags the family out for this big grand reveal. Doesn't work, doesn't work, and then finally he has lost his mind, and he finally gets it to work. And then you see the awe of this just such a bright house, and his in-laws, I don't believe, yeah, it's his wife's parents are out there, and they are unamused, they do
Yeah,
not
of
care.
course. Yes.
And his father-in-law, oh no, the mother-in-law says, well, kids, I hope you see how much of a waste of time and resources this was. And the daughter
Jesus.
goes, Grandma, he tried really hard. And then this is it. Grandpa goes, so do washing machines. That line. I don't know
That one
why.
sticks. Yeah,
That one
that's a
sticks.
funny one. Yeah.
It is so random. It is so random. And then to another scene is I guess to the kids would be the great grandfather. I forgot his name. Um, in this,
Oh yeah, yeah,
um,
the guy who's
the
smoking
great
the cigar.
smoking the cigar, burns up the tree. Um, and so it's funny. So in the movie, he burns up the tree, the first tree with his cigar, and then Chevy Chase again has cracked at this point, and so he takes his chainsaw outside as Jason, cuts
Yeah.
down a tree in their yard, brings it in the house, and then the old grandmother, the senile grandmother who wraps up her cat as a present, she goes, "What's that sound?" And no one pays her any mind because she's crazy and just like knitting
Yeah.
away. And she goes, I hear something. And then the grandpa goes, you couldn't hear a dump truck going through a nitroglycerin plant. And it is the funniest line, dude. Oh man, as
Yeah.
a kid, I remember asking I didn't understand it. I didn't even know what nitroglycerin was as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to ask my dad. I was like, dump trucks are allowed. I get that. And he goes, yeah, if you move or shake nitroglycerin too much, it explodes. And I was like, that is so much funnier now. And so, because of not only the background of asking my dad what that meant, but also the punch of that line is just so great. It's so good.
Oh,
So those
it's yeah, yeah.
those
So
two
so
lines
good.
probably stick out more than any other lines to me. But as I was telling you, and I've seen this so many times that I just almost every moment I just love about this movie. There are so many things. Cousin Eddie, my wife does not like
Yes.
his character. I love his character. It is so funny.
I mean, what's to like? He is dislikable. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
he's unlikable, I guess
that's the
is the
point.
word. Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's rough. And two, I guess that moment. And if you had seen the prior vacation movies, you know the character, right? And so like this
Yeah.
whole movie has. You're probably halfway through this movie before we even see Cousin Eddie, and he's just gotten the lights turned on, and with
it's such a great reveal. Yeah, it's
yeah,
very good.
tears in his eyes. Clark is going up to each family member and saying, "Thank you so much. This is for you guys. I dedicate
Yeah.
this to you." And he's crying, and then he goes up to Eddie, and before he even knows it, and he's like, "Oh, cousin Eddie, thank you so much for being here." And then Gladys. Oh no, Gladys is the old grandmother, but his
Yeah.
wife, and then Eddie,
Oh
and
yeah.
then oh man, it's so great,
Yeah,
so great.
his my favorite line of his was at when they're shopping at Walmart. And he's like grabbing all the things. He's talking about they have money troubles, and then
Yep.
Chevy Chase's character Griswold, Clark Griswold, basically is like, has decided like, okay, yeah, he heard the kids aren't getting anything, so he's like, well, I want to do something nice for you guys. And he's like, are you sure you really want to do that? And he's like, yeah, he does. Yeah, we really do. And then he hands him a list of
Yeah,
all
I
the
got a
things he
list already.
wants. Yeah. And he's like,
Oh, that's
and then he's
good.
like, get yourself something nice or something along those lines. And it was
Oh
so
gosh.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. And too funny in that scene, something I remembered a lot through their shopping scene
Yeah.
is the amount, for starters, the amount of dog food cousin Eddie buys is
It
literally
is
like
insane.
five of the largest bags you can get. And then the best moment is Clark gets like one little thing. At one point, he pulls down light bulbs, puts them on top of the dog
Yeah.
food, and he gets two more dog food
Yeah.
bags and just smashes it. Oh gosh,
Oh,
so good.
that reminds me of his other great line. Eddie's great line is like the dog. He's basically telling him like the dog humps you, and he's like, it's best to just let him finish.
Just let him finish.
Just let him.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my god, and it just
Oh
adds
man.
so much depth to whenever the dog is just staring up. I'm just like, what's going to happen?
Yeah,
But
is he gonna start?
the movie just never, like, it stays in the very kid friendly zone. I think as soon as that would happen, it would start to kind of drift into like, okay, a little more sex comedy, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Sex, animal sex.
There and
But
and speaking of, there is some of the gray area they dip into with that.
yeah,
Which later I found quite surprising that my parents still let me watch it. I think their love of this movie,
you're talking about the
the
woman, the model.
yeah,
Yeah,
the lady in
totally.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was really expecting, and this is, I guess I have a dirty mind, but I was really
of
expecting
course.
that he was looking out,
Yeah,
and watching the pool. And because the whole thing is he's waiting for the Christmas bonus to come in, because he already basically put the money down for the pool. And that's
yeah,
kind of the whole impetus for like all of this stress. And all the work stuff is really funny. And his job is so weird and great. But he's like looking out, he sees his whole family having fun, and all of a sudden they disappear. And it's just this really hot lady that he met going shopping and everything like that. And he's staring, and he's just like going, whoa, whoa, woo, wah, it's that sort of energy. And then the little kid, Eddie's daughter, shows up and kind of like gives him like some like sage advice, which is fun, which is great that this little girl is giving the sage kind of like
yeah.
advice. But I was really expecting, when he turned away from the mirror to the camera,
Full boner.
that yes, I was totally expecting him to have an erection right there.
Oh man, it's so funny. I never really thought about that prior to this time watching it. I watched it yesterday, and I literally thought the same thing. I'm like, man, they really could have had him turn around with pitching a tent. And it just, again, it stays towards that kid friendly, family friendly.
It really does,
for the most part.
But then it says fuck though, doesn't it? Like it says, that's like the really big moment, is like he is just so mad because everything's gone wrong. The bonus didn't come in, and he's just furious. He's gone crazy.
I was gonna say, it's an interesting thing I noticed throughout watching this movie. Is Clark for the most part is a go with the flow kind of guy. Things hit him, especially in the other vacation movies. He's the same way. Bad things happen to him. He keeps a positive mindset for the most part. But in this one, it's pretty fun. You get to see the slow deterioration of his charismatic attitude throughout all of these different things happening to him. And like you said, just that straw that broke the camel's back. He didn't get the bonus. He got the Jelly of the Month Club, a free year's membership, and as Cousin Eddie says, definitely.
Yeah, but what Eddie says, do you remember?
One of the better lines I think of Eddie too. He's like, Clark, that's just the gift that keeps on giving all year round. It is just so funny.
Yeah, it's almost like Eddie is even more positive than Clark is. Like could think nothing affects Clark, but nothing affects Eddie. That guy he doesn't even notice the world around him. He's
Yeah,
just going through.
it's funny. I don't. I think that is true. I believe,
Yeah,
but I think there's a hint of naivety as well,
sure.
or
Oh, he's yeah,
he just doesn't know any better. And
yeah.
I think that ties into his beautifully positive character as well. Because
Yeah.
even him mentioning to Clark earlier in the movie that they had to sell the house, and then he ended up buying the RV, and he's not borrowing it from his friend.
Oh yeah, he does have a very sentimental like
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
but even
Yeah.
then, he still seems a little more positive than
Yeah.
most would be, I think. And
Yeah.
but you're right, he is. They, and it's funny on the topic. I was watching this, and now as some may have known from my personal life or from what I've divulged in these podcasts, I am a newish father, and so I watch these
Congrats.
movies.
I mean,
Thank
it has
you.
been over a year,
No,
but
congrats is still
congrats.
in order. It is a
Oh, do they still
continuing
say
job.
congrats to you?
Yeah. Oh man, I can get a congrats every day. But yeah, and so being a father now, I watch these movies in a different light. Where I was a
Mm.
kid, I was watching it from like the kid's perspective, right? And two, to relate it to my family being from the Midwest, we would have family when I was young come down, and like the daughter, I gave up my room to relatives, which I'd never really liked. Of
Oh.
course, I didn't sleep with my brother in the same bed. I ended up sleeping in the living room on a couch mattress, but so I viewed it from that perspective. And now watching it, I was of course viewing it from Clark's perspective, the father. and
Oh.
and uh and so an interesting thing I was thinking of while watching it was like Clark, even his coworker, when he mentions the pool, like his coworker asks, "Oh, what are you going to blow your Christmas bonus on?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "Come on in here and let me show you." Or he has a paper, right? And he opens the paper and he shows him the pool plans, and he goes, "You are the true last family man." And
Mm.
I really love the idea. Clark is so focused on his family, and I
Yeah,
really
he
love,
really is.
even his positivity kind of plays such a great role as being a father too. But I, watching it, I was like, man, I want to be Clark when I grow into that era of fatherhood.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
idea is be Clark. And then I saw Cousin Eddie, and I was like, I feel like a lot of the time I'm Cousin Eddie though, so that's rough. Trying to be
Yeah.
Clark, end up being Cousin Eddie. The goal is to not be Cousin Eddie, but yeah,
Yeah.
it is such a great positive mentality that Clark has basically throughout the entire movie. There's only like
Yeah.
I think 3 moments I noticed that he really lost his cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
slow degradation, and then all of a
yeah,
sudden, basically, cousin Eddie it does the does the thing
yeah,
and kidnaps the boss, brings him in, and then
yeah,
you learn like the meaning of Christmas, basically, as you
yeah.
do in like classic Christmas movie
The
fashion.
classic Christmas resolve of the Grinch or the
Exactly.
Scrooge, his
Yep.
heart melting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I was
And
gonna
then
try
they
to
just
learn.
oh, go for it.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say I was gonna try to learn his crash out when Clark
Oh
loses
yeah.
his mind. Oh, it's so good. I
That
can't
would
for
be
the
a
life of
good
me.
party trick. Yeah, to like
Oh
have it
yeah,
beat for beat.
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
got the Griswold
You do.
jersey, and so I think at this point the next step would be to kind of learn more of Chevy Chase's lines, and so I'm sure I'll add that to the queue.
Get the mug, the
Oh my
cool
gosh,
moose
I
mug.
wanted it so bad for today. I was going to get it, but
Yes.
it wouldn't get here in time. So, but
Yeah.
I will get that the
Yeah.
Wally World mug.
Yeah, it's a Wally World mug. Yes.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think you brought up a really good thing that we'll have to talk about in future episodes, and something that comes up a lot in episodes we've done in the past on this podcast is how movies change as we get older, and how you
hmm
take in something different. And I think even watching more movies as I have, I start to get in more, and I appreciated this movie this time more than I did before. And I think there's
yeah,
so many different things that come from that. So I want to thank you for bringing this back up. I rewatched it. I had a
yeah.
blast,
Oh, it's such
and
a great movie.
it really is. And I want to thank you for being here. Thank you,
Oh,
Chad.
anytime.
Appreciate it. You will be back. I'm going to force you to come
Good.
back.
Hey,
Please.
before we go, there was one question. There was a lot of facts I looked up about this
Oh,
movie,
sure. Yeah.
which I was going to mention, but all of them fall in comparison to this one question. And if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not,
Yeah.
go watch the movie. Um,
Yes.
but what did everyone get Mr. Shirley?
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
got him the same gift, and they never say what
They
it
never reveal
was.
what it is. It's like, it's almost like two boxes like combined together. and one's a little bigger, one's more cube-like, and one's long.
Yes.
And yeah, and the gag is like he's coming into the big office to give it and be like, "Hey, I'm a good employee. Remember me?"
Yeah.
And it turns out everyone does that, of course, because everyone's trying to get out.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's like, just leave it by the others, greaseball.
Yeah.
But what could you take a guess? I, for the life of me, have been thinking about it for 2 days, and I have no idea.
Oh, you're using a lot of brain power on that. I don't know.
Since I watched it, I forgot about that scene, and I was like, gosh, what is it that everyone has gotten him?
My mind goes to, it obviously is packaged a little strangely, but my mind is going to like those kind of like birds that dip their beak, like something like really generic like that.
Oh yeah,
is where my mind went initially is when I saw it. But I could see, because they're doing like all sorts of weird. They're making all sorts of weird products. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah,
I couldn't either. Yeah, I was thinking of a weird like a paperweight. Like could be the elongated flat one or something.
Yeah.
And then, I was thinking like, what else do you get your boss? Like, I don't know, a world's best boss mug or something,
right.
and
yeah. I mean, that's kind of both right there. It kind of does work. Yeah.
I know. For the life of me, I just could not. And it's funny because they never do a callback to it ever.
They never do. We might have to do some research, contact some people, maybe someone on the crew. Knows, but they almost certainly put nothing in them.
Without a doubt.
Yes. So this is just fantasy.
Yeah.
What's in our head canon, as they say?
The fan theory. It would be. I mean, I would imagine too the director or whoever made the decision to have all of them be the same. Someone could have asked when maybe getting the idea or when pitching it, what would they be? And even I could find it hilarious, the director being like, even him being like, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but they'll be wondering about it. There's going to be one guy wondering
Yep.
about it for his whole life.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God, I hope whole life.
Yeah. I'm going to look up some. I have no doubt that this has been a topic on some forum somewhere.
Oh, they've on Reddit somewhere. They've mapped it out the exact size because this is like a cult movie. It's got a lot of acclaim among like the Christmas films and things like that. So yeah.
I'll have to look it up. I'll get back to you on that answer for sure.
Okay, we will do a part 2 next Christmas.
There's other facts I need to drop too for the part 2. Right on. But thanks for having me, man. This was, like I said, when we thought of this is one of my favorite movies growing up. It was such a great time rewatching it and viewing it from a different perspective. And learning, like I said, I looked up so many facts about it that just for my own pleasure, I love knowing more things about this movie now. So I thank you.
Well, we're going to do it again.
Good.
All right. We'll see you next time, folks. That's a wrap. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wind, Reel, and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind, Reel, and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review.
We'll see you next time.